manual therapy and are actively involved in our patients' progress. We use a collaborative team approach, which benefits our patients, and we accept most insurance plans, including Medicare. We offer ARPWave neurotherapy, which accelerates healing 10 times faster, drastically decreases chronic pain, is FDA approved, and is covered by most insurance companies. Please visit us at MaximumHealthPT.com and regain the life you love. Is it time for you to replace your roof? Well, give Hadco Builders in Chester, New Jersey a call. They've built an amazing reputation over the past 30 years as one of New Jersey's top builders. Hadco will replace your roof the right way at a super fair price and usually get the job done by the time you come home from work. Call or text Tony to get a quote today at 973-818-8516 or visit them at hadcobuilders.com.
I was born fast. Parisi made me faster.
I thought I could jump. Parisi brought me to new heights.
I wasn't always quick. Parisi made me lightning fast.
Strength was never my strength. Parisi changed all that.
Hey, don't you just love it when Morris Sussex Sports broadcasts your games? Or do you prefer a silent, motion-detecting camera just following the movement on the court? Let's face it, the only real way to watch your favorite team is through Morris Sussex Sports' award-winning service that brings you play-by-play commentary, live instant replays, cool cinematic graphics, real-time scoreboard, fun fan engagement, and much, much more. Plus, all of our broadcasts are free to watch. Grandparents can easily pull it up on their smart TVs, and alumni can watch from all over the world. So, if you want to reserve us, have your games broadcasted the Morris Sussex Sports way, then just reach out to me, George Muha, at george@morrissussexsports.com, or call or text me at 973-713-5944.
So a very common thing that happens in homes is the fight over the thermostat. And usually the dad is in charge of it. Sometimes thermostats end up in a lockbox so nobody touches them, and if somebody touches them, they're in trouble. Trying to find a happy medium in a regular household is usually beyond the general knowledge. Most people don't know this. This is where you need somebody like us. At ICS, we figure out and fine-tune and personalize your personal comfort. It's like having your own black market dealer in personal comfort. From the moment you place a call with ICS, you are the most important person on the planet. From the point of contact with our dispatcher in our office to when our technician leaves your place, we want to make sure that we exceed every expectation you had. So if you are tired of that house with the cold and hot spots and you want more personal comfort, visit our website, icshvac.com.
Hey, we're talking to you. Don't let the summer sun melt your child's mind. Our customized learning and passion exploring programs are the perfect way to beat the dreaded summer slump. Instead of losing 2 to 3 months of learning this summer, we're helping students gain a month of learning by the fall. Our fun and engaging tutors are ready to help. Call to inquire about our programs and special promotions, including small group tutoring for only $45. We'll see you this summer.
Do your glory days as a high school athlete feel far behind you? Are memories of being out there competing so clear that you can feel it? But then reality sets in and your stiff back, achy knees, and painful shoulders remind you that it's been years or even decades since you could move that way. Don't worry, the team at Better with Physical Therapy's one-on-one customized care can help you feel and move better again. Their specialists will find the cause of what's slowing you down and build a plan that will help you realize that your glory days are still ahead of you. You can get better with Physical Therapy located in the Madison YMCA. Request an appointment today at betterwithpt.com.
If you live in Andover, Blairstown, Byram, Frankfurt, Franklin, Frieden, Frelinghuysen, Greene, Hampton, Hardwick, Hope, Knowlton, Lafayette, Newton, Sparta, Stillwater, Sussex, and Wantage, Planet Networks is building high-speed fiber in your neighborhood. Visit getplanetfiber.com today to learn more.
Sussex Meatpacking in Wharton, New Jersey is a family-owned and operated business specializing in USDA prime and choice meats, pork, poultry, lamb, veal, and many other store-made specialty items. They also have a fantastic deli, a wonderful market with all the freshest fruits, veggies, and pre-made meals, and they can cater any event, including your family holiday dinners, more delicious than you can on your own. Visit them at sussexmeat.com.
Choosing a college is a big deal. But I know I started right because CCM is in the top 2% of community colleges in the nation. And at County College of Morris, I get to choose from over 100 programs. Whether you're just out of high school,
like me,
exploring career options,
like me,
or seeking lifelong learning,
like me,
make CCM your choice, like me. Go big and visit ccm.edu and aspire to be you.
Athletic Fields of America in Montville, New Jersey has become an industry leader in synthetic turf. Serving the greater New York, New Jersey, and Eastern PA regions, we have delivered hundreds of both synthetic turf and natural grass sports fields for youth and recreational levels all the way up to the highest standards and requirements of the NCAA. Our goal with every project is to provide our customers with exceptional workmanship, extraordinary service, and professional integrity while constructing a superior product that you can enjoy for years to come. Visit athleticfieldsofamerica.com.
Morris Sussex Sports has a big goal we want to ask your help in achieving. One of the most popular things we do is publish digital trading cards of athletes. We feel strongly that high school athletes are one of the most important parts of our community, and the trading cards allow us to recognize and celebrate as many athletes as possible. So, we have a lofty mission to create a trading card for every single athlete that wears a sports jersey in the Morris Sussex area. But to do that, we need more local businesses that want to help us by sponsoring these trading cards. This is a great way for a business to endear themselves to the communities they do business in. And not only would their business be featured prominently as a sponsor of a new scholar athlete every week, we also advertise them across our social media, our website, and our game broadcasts. And we get over 4 million views a week, 80% of whom are adults 35 to 65. There is no other publication or media company that has even close to that reach in this region. So if you know of a local business that loves to support the scholar athletes in their town or their surrounding area and would benefit from the exposure we would bring, please send them our way. Just call or text 973-713-5944 or email george@morrissussexsports.com.
For all of the perks that come with working here, I would say that the most valuable thing WIS offers is freedom. The freedom to make the most of your role, to really go beyond the job description, the freedom to think differently and be rewarded for it, and the freedom to show up as 100% who you are.
room is so cold, my fish froze.
Mine's so hot, my sneakers melted.
Rooms with different temperatures? That means your HVAC system is outdated and wasting energy. At ICS, we'll install an energy-efficient system that provides a constant flow of clean, fresh air at the perfect temperature in every room. You could save money each month, and the price we quote is the price you'll pay. Get a quote today. See why we say ICS for HVAC.
I see why.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Get back the life you love.
The goal, we reset, and TJ Santata has it for the Vikings. Santata brings it right past two defenders. Look at this speed in the open ice. Santata, great stick handling, great shot. Here's Carlotti, in the end zone. It is caught. Charge. Good for the pass. Here's a shot right in front. Score!
And that is a base hit. The run will score. And
freshman Polachek gets the strike.
Anthony Grosso is going to make sure that the Wolfpack fans go home happy.
Olsen, Grosso for three. He got it! Ah!
Here at Ranger Stadium at Drew University, Nick Carlson here alongside Morris Sussex Sports. The Morris Elite doing battle with Paisley Athletic FC in the battles of basically the second place team, and then you go all the way to the bottom of the division, and that's where Paisley sits at 1-5-5. Had their struggles throughout the season, and now they face a Morris Elite team who usually we're so used to seeing them play at Rutgers Newark. A lot of, and basically every single game has been there, whether it's been throughout the season and then you go to the away games as well, but we've always ended up back at Rutgers Newark. They are technically still playing on home soil, just about 5 minutes down the road from Madison and also Morris Elite headquarters. That's just about a minute or so before we get underway in this one. The starting lineups for this one, before I get into the playoffs and then specific tiebreakers and everything else that has to happen. For the Morris Elite, got Joella Chase in net. It's always been Arden Lembrick, and Sam Constantine is also in the bench as well. Arden Lembrick is here, just not dressed, not potentially in the lineup basically, but is here to cheer on her team. Raquel Garces heads this off with Jessica Gorman and Ellison Arrington. Arrington, who had played in the last game, now gets a start. Got Grace Denblaker, Claire Manning, and Sophia Cavalier as well. And then Sam Kroger out of Rutgers, Henna Anakin, Courtney Root, and Juliana Osterman. And as I had talked about before, Joella Chase. So you get some new faces up in here. You've got Raquel Garces. We've had Corman kind of come in and out of the lineup. Denblaker as well. Cavalier's got her starts too. Kroger has, for the most part, started, but Anakin's been the one who's kind of come off the bench. A little bit of almost like a lightning bolt for head coach Steph Savino's team. Juliana Osterman's come off the bench as well. And really, it's basically just been Courtney Root, Claire Manning, and really that's about it in terms of the starters throughout all of the season. You've got Olivia Redden not playing as well, and Olivia Redden is not actually suiting up as well, nor is she here. So that defense of Courtney Root and Redden might be tested in this one against the Paisley team coming in at 1-5-5. The difference maker is going to be what's coming up. So we've got the Long Island Rough Riders playing the Cedar Stars right now. And we don't have any update on it yet. We don't even know what the score is, if it's over, if it hasn't started yet. We have no information about it at all. When we get the information, we will let you know. But if the Long Island Rough Riders were to lose or tie, then if the Morris Elite win this game, they would win the division, basically outright. They did beat them 5-0 and then had lost to them 2-1 as this game gets set and underway. So basically, it all comes down to that Long Island Rough Riders game. The girls won't know till then. Basically, they won't know at all, as Claire Manning comes into this game with 14 goals. So the leader sits at 17. Granted, those stats haven't been updated. So Claire Manning with a hat trick today. She's already had one on the season, so it is possible as Juliana Osterman shoves down her runner. It's Kaya Lay. The last time that the Morris Elite played Paisley, it was a 3-0 game. And then you look at Paisley, their only win on the season came against Westchester, a team that Morris Elite has dominated time and time again, as Kroger working on that near side and ended up losing it. You haven't seen for the whole entire season as this Paisley athletic team moves into the offensive zone. Got her working on Corman. Osterman, you know she loves to run around. You haven't seen a lot of girls been able to really attack this defense. It's been so difficult to get past this midline. Specifically, you look at what was Kroger, Anakin, Rabimbis. So many of these girls, Manning too, it was just so hard to get past that midfield line. Huge reason as to why the Morris Elite are as good as they are. The Long Island Rough Riders actually just a couple days ago on June 28th, a 5-0 game in which the Rough Riders just completely dominated. They're 10-1-0 right now, just still waiting on that Cedar Star score. Morris Elite at 9-1-1, 47 goals and 5 goals against. 42 and 12 for the Rough Riders, so a little bit of a difference there. As now Cavalier finds herself in that defensive spot. Corman there as well. Corman has played on that wing spot on defense for the majority of the season. It's been in and out of the lineup, but it's really been all strictly Courtney Root helping out girls like Joella Chase and Arden Lembrick. As I had talked about, Lembrick not playing in this one. It's going to be Joella Chase. Is now working on that far side. You've got Cotter working over on Corman and running into a lot of problems. Cotter flips one up and Root sends it out the goal line. So a corner kick coming. Joella Chase faces her first opportunity to make a potential save as everyone gets set up inside the box. It's going to be Kaya Lay. The ones ahead over for the corner kick. This is the first corner kick for both of these teams. It comes at the 3-minute mark in half number 1. Lay shoots a low one on Chase. An easy save for her. You've seen Lembrick, really for the most part, she hasn't had a lot of goal kicks because the opportunity really hasn't been there for her, as now Ellison Arrington, she's been able to show off some speed as ball flips all the way over towards Trinity Maloney. We get her first look. So you got Joella Chase and Trinity Maloney. Maloney in the bright green. Joella Chase in the darker uniform. The ball that flutters up gets intercepted by Root and now up ahead to Kroger. Root elects to play the long ball, and her and Anakin just not on the same page. We've seen it for the majority of the season where Anakin gets, I'd say, a little too excited and has a lot of offsides calls charged towards her. She had 3 or 4 in one game. She's not able to time those runs, but she finds herself open a lot. It's about to hit that 4:30 mark, and Courtney Root being forced to chase down a ball. We haven't seen a real good shot opportunity. We've seen it in the Rough Riders game with Rabimbis and Manning, and so many of these games, it's been a quick start for the Morris Elite. It almost comes off as surprising when they don't score at around the 5-minute mark or at least get a really good opportunity, and we haven't seen one yet. Margaret Lee passing over to Meixner now, and they move it forward. The only jersey that we have seen to really go above 50 in terms of the playing field is 3 girls have 61, 62, and 64. and Kimberly Campbell, Emma Herco, and Tony DeFranco. And they're going to be attacking this Morris Elite defense, trying to do something that not a lot of teams have really been able to do, and that's put the ball in the back of the net. So that ball's fluttered up. Get our first look at Raquel Garces. Came in the later stages of the last home game. Haven't seen her a lot in the lineup as well, but she gets a start today. It's also more difficult specifically with some of these girls going back to school, specifically Melina Rabimbis. Going over to UNC as Garces whiffs on one, now up ahead. Ruth's got a step in front of her, pokes one over, and it gets sent all the way out towards the corner. It looks like it's going to stay in, and finally it rolls out. So throw-in coming and a good opportunity there from Paisley Athletic. This is a different side of the Morris Elite. We haven't really seen them be tested in the defensive zone. Granted, it is still early. As Root is able to just send one over towards Manning, and everyone plays it off of their head. DeFranco up with it now, Cotter. Poking one all the way over. Meixner ends up over in Corman's hands, and now Osterman and Corman will play back and forth. So 6:53 through. Still no signal on that Rough Riders game. A game that has a lot of implications. As Osterman pumps one up. Arrington with it. Kroger's there as well. Arrington takes a fall, and it still ends up getting pushed towards the midfield. It's a Morris Elite team that likes to press a whole lot. A huge reason as to why they've had so much of their success. And I mean, when you have 47 goals and 5 goals against, it's pretty phenomenal. And Rabimbis with 10 goals. Manning had 14. Still does have 14. Trying to chase down the top spot with 17 goals as Corman crosses one over on the way for Anakin as Osterman plays it off of her foot, and it'll still end up over in Gambutti's hands. Now Manning up ahead for Kroger. Kroger steps in front of it, now still trying to track it down. A lot of press from Kroger as she's ranging all over the place. Corman steps in front of it, and finally it goes out. We talked about Kroger so much throughout this season. Plays for Rutgers. Made a Final Four. Has had a lot of veteran experience and just sits in that middle spot. Forced to take over for Melina Rabimbis, and that's a tough thing to do, specifically with how good Melina Rabimbis has been, as that one sends all the way into the back of the net. Arrington tried to just push it over, but it seemed like off the foot. As a corner kick coming specifically from Juliana Osterman. So Morris Elite get their first opportunity and crack at a corner kick. Everybody lines up besides Cavalier, and they go the short route for Corman. Corman punches one, it gets bounced up. And then now back to Cavalier. A little bit of a weird play call there as they elect to go not really short, but not really long either, and more of a medium route, just kind of pushing it towards the diagonal portion of the box. As finally Maloney sends it away, so still 0-0 here, 9:45 through, and I was talking about it earlier. It's almost shocking that the Morris Elite, I mean, when you don't have a shot or 2 shots on goal, or maybe even a goal, and we're at 10 minutes, this is a Morris Elite team. They bring a lot of firepower on offense, and we've seen it throughout the whole entire season. just basically firing at will and getting those opportunities, and we haven't seen one yet today. We've seen it from Paisley, but really not the Morris Elite. Now Denblaker looks over to cross, and once again, Paisley Athletic in the passing lane. Still Kroger able to fight for and up ahead to Anakin. Anakin, a bunch of great moves, fires a shot just high. Sails over. Trinity Maloney watched it rainbow over. Well, with 10:36 played through, still no update on the Rough Riders. You'd have to think that game is probably over. We're always checking the USLW League website. Right now we have absolutely nothing on that one. It's now a ball played all the way back. A little bit of a weird one there as now he's got to save it. Maloney and Meixner really not on the same page, kind of overshot her. As Lay the one with it, and Denblaker and Osterman pressuring. This is the Morris Elite that we've seen a lot of press, and now they end up with it. Last off of Kaya Lay. Now Manning working over and lost at the Athletic, doing a very good job of keeping this Morris Elite team away. As that ball rolls all the way out. Look over at the forwards, and you've got that very good front line of Henna Anakin, Claire Manning, Ellison Arrington, and Juliana Osterman. As now the ball heads towards Anakin, and Manning will play it off of her head. Anakin's up with it as Ellison to her right. Anakin moving with the right, now moves over and looks for Osterman. Paisley doing a good job of building a wall. It's Corman running over, and Gambutti just sends it away. So you've got those four girls, and Rabimbis there just was phenomenal, but still, these are very, very good players as Kroger ranging over back with it, and you've got Ellison Arrington as well, who actually started with this club back when she was a lot younger. Played Morris Elite years ago when the club started, probably about 4 years ago or so. Now Root just looking for somewhere to go and boots it all the way down, trying to find a cutting Osterman, ranging over and heads it up for Arrington. Now back to Osterman. Osterman working in the box, fires his shot. Arrington gets in the way, and up ahead to Anakin. She fires a dribbler, and it gets stopped away. Maloney doesn't really have to make much of a save at all, kind of just runs out to collect it as Arrington pressures. Still, you had the shot from Anakin that sailed over the net, and then if you want to chalk that up as a good opportunity, make it 2-1 in the good opportunity department in favor of the Morris Elite. Now Manning gets a little bit of a jump up ahead, fires one and a shot, scored. Osterman. A good shot there from Osterman, kind of just poked one straight through, even set up better by Claire Manning, and we got a 1-0 game. Manning just kind of let that ball play her and just race right around everybody. set up Osterman. So now we've got a 1-0 game. This is the Morris Elite that we know, the one that can put up goals. They won 3-0 against Paisley. Look at Paisley, and they sit at that 6th spot. 1-5-5, 11 goals for, 21 against. Have struggled to put up the goals. The problem is that they play so much in the defensive zone. It's tough to score those goals, and it's even harder when you're playing a very good Morris Elite team that likes to press, likes to pressure as well. It's also a good time to let you know, as Kroger and Denblaker moving forward and Garces lost it out of bounds, that Morris Elite Camps is actually taking place right now. You can get your kids into the game with the Morris Elite 2023 summer camps. They did start with the soccer, the swim camp, the tournament camp, goalkeeper camp, all of the above. They all did just start. You get involved in 2024 or call the club. Try to get involved at morriselite.soccer.com/summer camps as Anakin fires one over towards the net. Another good opportunity. Anakin, 2 shots headed towards the net. But you can get more information about those summer camps at www.morriselitesoccer.com/summer camps for more information to not only get your kids into the summer camp, but also to be a part of the Morris Elite as well. Now the Elite moving closer. Corman, a bunch of good moves. Moving into the third half. Up ahead to a racing Osterman, speeding down. And my goodness, Osterman can fly, but just not able to reach out for that one. A little too far out of her reach. Juliana Osterman, we haven't really seen much of her. She's come in the later stages of the game. But down that wing side, I'd probably say she probably runs a 4.7. As Manning with the takeaway up ahead. Manning, a bunch of good moves. Pushes one up, saved away by Maloney as Manning's got to track it down, but goes out the end line. A corner kick coming. Manning looking for goal number 15 on the season. And it'll be Hannah Anakin, the 1-2 kick it for the corner kick. So a little bit of an interesting stat here for Claire Manning. She's got 14 goals. This is her 15th goal, whichever one would happen next. She has 14 goals in 11 games. So kind of a crazy stat. Melina Rabimis was up there as well. She had about 10 goals in 6 or 7 games. But still, Manning, who was able to put up a lot more at that 14-goal mark, is now Kroger moving up ahead with it. Spins around everybody, fires a shot, pushes it on the left side. Sam Kroger almost goes bar down to make it 2-0, 19:02 through, and we got a 2-0 game in favor of the Morris Elite. Just absolutely threaded one on that left side. Kroger's been so good throughout the season. Still have eyes on that Long Island Rough Riders game as well. It did play at 4 p.m. As moving all the way into the box, Chase has to come down and jump on top of it. Arden Lembrick is on the sideline, as I had talked about earlier. Just not playing in this one. Wasn't sure if anything had happened. when she was doing practices earlier, she was kind of walking around a little gingerly, but definitely something to look at specifically as we get into playoffs. The Morris Elite have already clinched the playoffs. Whether it's as a wild card or a divisional, there was also talks that the Morris Elite were actually going to host it in Rutgers Newark. They will end up just traveling to Pennsylvania, where they will play in the playoffs there. As now Arrington moving over and just goes out the end line. The playoffs will be in Harrisburg for the Morris Elite. So Pennsylvania, if I were to just pull up my maps really quickly from right here, 133 miles, a 2-hour and 19-minute drive incoming for these girls on July 7th and July 9th. As Kroger able to steal one away. He's got Arrington up ahead. Now goes to Osterman. Osterman shoots, saved away. Still inside the box. Ranging over Maloney. Sends it out of bounds. A great save. Osterman was looking for two. Trinity Maloney's been great so far. Letting two, but definitely be a lot more if she maybe wasn't in net. Now the corner kicked in, headed away. Now punched over. A lot of chaos inside the box. Ranging over, lost it for a second. Now rolls out the end line. Maloney is going to have a corner kick coming. Or I guess not. They're going to say that it didn't touch her. I thought it looked like it touched Maloney, but I think they're going to say it was offsides. Anyway, 22-10 through, so basically at that halfway mark. As it looks to be, for the most part, pretty packed crowd here. I know you can't see it on the cameras. Probably say over 100, 150 fans here or so. I'll have some of the guys in the booth do an actual head count. As Kroger now up ahead to Anakin. She's on sides this time. Has Ellison to her right. Fires one, just misses way left. Came off her foot weird, and she knew it right away. Kind of looking around embarrassed. But definitely her jaw was kind of on the floor after she shot that one. As now she steps in front of one, sets up Ellison, just a little too far out of her reach. Anakin in 30 seconds had two really good opportunities setting up the Elite. As Kroger plays it off of her stomach, but just ends up getting turned over, and Prendergast now working. It's now Osterman. And Corman moving as well. First time that we've really seen in about 15 minutes or so, Cavalier and Root touching the ball. That first 5 minutes felt like it was more of Paisley Athletic, and then it turned into more of the Morris Elite show that we know. Root's been more of a distributor than anything, kind of sets up a lot of plays, as Arrington just not able to track it down on a ball that streaks down the line. Now another turnover here with Kroger getting involved as well. It's felt like Paisley Athletic, when those passes were connecting earlier, they're just not connecting now. Anakin thought about shooting one far. Now they go back to Anakin and Denblaker, and Anakin not on the same page there. Anakin and Denblaker working hard over on DeFranco and ends up just turning it over. So Arrington, the one who ends up with it, plays it off of her foot kind of weird. Now moves into the corner, runs into basically just trying to keep it away is Meixner. She finally ends up sending it all the way towards the end line as Garces plays it off her foot, now has to recollect it. DeFranco sends one up ahead. And Cotter doesn't really have a man advantage at all. The Elite do a good job of getting back. Cotter trying to range it down, and a ball that rolls out of bounds. Cavalier did a good job of keeping it away. Her team being 9-1-1. This Elite team started in that first 5 minutes. Kind of looked like, not that it was a trap game, but it felt like Paisley Athletic was doing a good job of really shutting down this team. And this is a team that's 1-5-5. Elite coming in at 9-1-1. Have dominated almost all of their opponents. Really, besides the Long Island Rough Riders, a team that they lost 2-1. That was also on the road, also without Melina Rabimbis. One of their top scorers. You had Claire Manning as well. An interesting fact about Kylie Pendergast is Sophia Gambutti, the one working into the box. So we'll get back to Kylie in a second. As Denblaker finally just sends one away. And now Osterman, you know, she can really run. She decides to boot one up ahead to Arrington. And just a little too far out of her reach. Ends up in Trinity Maloney's hands. So you got Kylie Prendergast. She was a freshman last year for Montclair State and the Red Hawks. The women's team who's top 25 in the country. And she was second in terms of goals scored at 13, as now Manning up ahead with it. Fires a shot, scores. Claire Manning, 15 goals on the season and make it a 3-0 game. Claire Manning now within reaching distance of that 17 goals in the leading spot. Just Manning using her speed and booting one all the way to the left. Trinity Maloney's had some point-blank saves, just not able to get that when you knew some of them were going to start to pour in, as Manning now with 15 goals on the season. Inching closer to that 17 spot. As now a ball that ends up inside the box, and Fire just misses right off the nets. Would have been a tough pill to swallow, as Manning scored and Paisley scored there. You basically didn't gain or lose anything. As Claire Manning, this is also with the stats being last updated on June 26th. So 4 or 5 days ago, Bailey DeSmit from Kirstos FC, in only 8 games played, has 17 goals. So Bailey DeSmith's averaging, I'm not a math guy, but about 2 goals a game, if not more. She's going to be tough to catch, specifically because the stats haven't updated. So we're a couple days behind, and Claire Manning now with 15. If she hasn't played since, Manning's within 2. And as well, she is the second leading goal scorer among all of the USLW currently, with the stats sticking at what they are. Root goes on that far side, and Osterman just can't range it down. Now Manning, the one who sets, and Corman decides to cross it over. Anakin, the header, and in the back of the net. Anakin make it another one. 4 goals, 30-35 through, and they're starting to pour in here later on for the Morris Elite. Not sure if you can hear on the mic, but we're starting to hear Don't Stop the Party pretty frequently. Goal song for the Morris Elite. And it's happened a lot over the last couple minutes or so. 3 goals pouring in pretty quickly. Now you got Prendergast, who I was just talking about, with 13 goals as a freshman, the second leader. The Montclair State, they made it all the way to the NJAC championship, lost to the Rowan Profs as Manning. Up ahead with it and punches one over. Anakin's waiting for it. A great move. A shot saved away point blank by Trinity Maloney. Anakin got a foot on it, but my goodness, Anakin just really can't catch a break. Den Blaker working in and punches one off the legs of Meixner. So a corner kick coming at the 32-10 minute mark. Anakin winding up, firing the corner. Kroger heads it to keep it in the box now, still trying to keep it in. Manning gets in front of it and finally sent away. A good opportunity there. Now spinning and turning, and that one was pretty obvious as Kennedy Cotter takes a little bit of a fall. Yeah, I respect the yellow card there. So Arrington's going to give chase as Paisley just trying to move it into that third half. Den Blaker playing good defense as well. Kroger steps in front of a pass. And now, ball that trails down the box line. We haven't seen a ball really enter the box in a while, as now Garces moving up, rides the line. Now whistles blow. Throw-in coming. And they're going to say it was last off Garces. Garces looked a little confused, but she will have the turnover credited in her name as Root tries to keep it in. As we've got some of our stats people looking at Cedar Stars and Long Island Rough Riders game, trying to get any sort of information, because I talked about it when the broadcast began. This game almost means nothing for the Morris Elite as Den Blaker keeps it in, and now a shot fired, still ends up in the box. Prendergast almost with it. Now back to Lay. And moving up and spinning and firing and missing all the way to the left. Chase watches it go. This game, as I talked about earlier, really means nothing for the Morris Elite because they've already clinched into the playoffs, and their seeding is basically almost set. But in terms of winning the division, if the Rough Riders were to tie or lose, Morris Elite were to win this game, the Morris Elite would win the Metropolitan Division for the second straight season over the Long Island Rough Riders. also for the second straight season. Something to look at, but the Cedar Stars, who rank as the 3 team in the Metropolitan, had an opportunity to help out the Morris Elite. I've officially gotten the signal. Nothing has updated for the Long Island Rough Riders game. That ball rides all the way down the line. So 11 teams are, as of right now, clinched into the playoffs. Seeding is somewhat set among all of those 11 teams. Just got to figure out the 5 other ones, then also have to figure out in terms of where they're going to play, who they're going to play, what the scenarios are, who's going to be the division winners. The Cedar Stars can actually make the playoffs still. They need a lot to go right, but it all starts with beating the Long Island Rough Riders, a team that lost 2 of their best players, specifically Leah Howard. Be interesting to see if that affects the Rough Riders in any way. As Osterman ranging over to stop Lee. Kroger goes long for Andekin. Up ahead in the box. Fires now over towards, and just not able to stop on a dime was Manning. Could have been the 16th goal in the season and within 1 of DeSmit. Just a little too far behind Manning as under 9 left to go. 4-0. So now on the season, 51 goals for the Morris Elite. Manning punches another one and saved away. That might have been the prettiest looking save I think I have ever seen. Just kind of all in one motion, just punching it away with that hand. That was, if someone got a photo of that, that would be a really cool photo to see. You know, after this corner kick, we're going to show you a replay of it just because I liked it that much. As Andekin sets one up again, it finds the back of the net, so hold that, scratch everything. We're not going to show you the replay of the save. We're going to show you the goal. I didn't see exactly who it was, but we're going to watch the replay, and it's a 5-0 game in favor of the Morris Elite. So it was Grace Denblaker, it looked like. Midfielder, has played some very good defense. Loyola, Maryland gets her first goal of the season. Teammates with, as well, Jessica Corman. Got a couple of Loyola, Maryland girls. This is an opportunity there for Kimberly Campbell, just too far out of her reaches. We've got a 5-0 game. Emma Herco gets a touch, and she ranges one over for Campbell and just bounces off of her footwear and ranges down the line. So now we're getting some youth Morris Elite kids, all in their Morris Elite jerseys. It's also a good time to let you know, now that I brought that up, the Morris Elite Cup is going to be back for 2024. We just had the 2023 one. The registration had been about a couple weeks ago, so look ahead for June 24th, or excuse me, June 2024 in the earlier stages as well as the later stages of May when you can register. It was between U8 and U18 boys and girls as Chase saves one into basically just kind of right onto her face. She just had to hold up her hands. But it took place on June 24th and 25th as well. It was a great time. Bunch of kids got involved. Tournament winners as well. Basically placed over the whole day. Everyone got the opportunity to play at least 3 games. Then you had the championships, playoffs as well. As now we are under 5 left to go. And if you need more information on that, you can always go to morriselitesoccer.com. If you also look up Morris Elite Soccer, Morris Elite Cup, or Morris Elite Cup in general, either way you can find it to learn more information. And if you want to get involved next year, you have to wait, I apologize, but about a year until you get to about June 24th. Now Corman sends one in, and Manning, I think that she thought she had played it off of her foot, but it didn't really look all like that as she kind of whiffed on it. If you're just joining us now, a boatload of goals, as you can see on the screen. 5 goals, 1 from Manning, 1 from Kroger, Andikin as well, Osterman, Denblaker. Morsley on the season with 52 goals for now. Just double checking that this fact is right, but 7 goals in a game is the most that they've scored a game against AC Connecticut on the road. And then Cedar Stars has one pushed over. Osterman gets one up and over Trinity. And Maloney, who's played really good, just not able to stop this onslaught of this Morris Elite offense. Just a ball that was pushed all the way over and kind of went off the crossbar, and Osterman was right there to head it back over. So 6-0. And it all has come here in this first half. Now Prendergast working over, fires one, and just a floater right into the waiting arms of Joella Chase. Now they go to Anakin. Anakin's wide open. He's got Arrington to her right, Claire Manning as well. Anakin working over, gets into the box, working over more, punches one over, and Kroger just too far out of reach. Oshman played it off her foot weird, and she gets up a little slowly, but seems like she's okay. As now ranging down the line, Osterman can't able to get to that one. Under 2 left to go, and I doubt there will be any extra time, if any, maybe 30 seconds or so, but as Arrington a little pushy there at the midfield line. I always talk about it on 99% of the broadcast. You see some of these girls with all the different colored cleats. As Garces plays it off of her foot. We haven't really seen much of Arrington. She rocks the pink cleats. Osterman as well with the yellow. And you've always had Kroger and Anakin with the orange. Seems like everybody on Paisley besides maybe Kimberly Campbell, who's got somewhat yellow. Really, all of them kind of wear the white and black. As Lay looking in the direction of Herco, and now back to the midfield line. There's under 40 left to go. Camacho just fires a grounder just off to the right side. Joella Chase watches it go by. So under 30 left to go, and you got to think that after Chase puts this in play and then it switches back over, whistle's going to be blown, and if you're the Morris Elite, you go into halftime with a 6-0 lead over Paisley Athletic. And what kind of started a little scary for the Morris Elite, kind of looked a little all over the place on offense, but I was going to say defensively have looked good as well. As that's it. Whistles will blow. Chase took her time on that one. Referee in the center calls it, and goals galore here for the Morris Elite. 6 of them coming. You had Osterman now with 2 looking for a hat trick. Claire Manning, Grace Denblaker, Hannah Andikin as well as Sam Kroger. But 6 goals for the Morris Elite. No signal yet on the Rough Riders. Still, we have a 45-minute interval left to go and a lot of more goals to be scored potentially for the Morris Elite here with Morris Essex Sports. I'm Nick Carlson here at Ranger Stadium at Drew University. We'll see you in 15 minutes or so, just at the end of halftime.
And really accomplish their mission, namely by nurturing my relationship with them, their staff, their donors, their volunteers, and their board members. I think the key to being trusted is really transparency. What I've seen time and time again is that when you give anything the right conditions, the support, the autonomy, trust, your full attention, it will thrive. This is as true for my clients and for my colleagues as it is for myself here at WIS.
Go ahead, take a deep breath. Oh, nice, huh? That's some clean, fresh air at the perfect temperature.
That is good. Who installed the system?
ICS. They're the leaders in HVAC. They make the ductwork at their own factory, so we even save some money.
That's impressive. You recommend them?
It's ICS for HVAC.
I see why.
Hey, Lorraine, go get a big plastic bag. Take some air home with you.
The Green Wave isn't just what we call ourselves. It represents all we are called to.
Let's go!
We strive for excellence in mind, body, and spirit. We put in the work in programs that test us, guide us to the colleges we pursue. We live true to putting others before ourselves, to the lifelong connections we've made. This is the spirit and strength we are called to. Roll Wave.
WIS gives me the freedom to be entrepreneurial, innovative. I feel supported to bring 100% of myself and my personality to work each and every day. I'm the CEO of WIS Family Office. I have 2 amazing children. I'm the daughter of French and Italian immigrants. Above all, I'm someone who derives strength and confidence from my ability to connect with others, and I strive to make a difference in their lives.
I was born fast. Parisi made me faster.
I thought I could jump. Parisi brought me to new heights.
I wasn't always quick. Parisi made me lightning fast.
Strength was never my strength. Parisi changed all that.
George J. Keller and Sons want your house to be the kind of home for all to see. Best roofing, windows, siding too. Great solar and gutters, we're here for you. Our seasoned pros are unsurpassed, so give a call, we'll take your task. Transform your home, that's what we do. So give a call, we're here for you. For roofing, siding, windows and solar, we do it all for you. George J. Keller and Sons.
Your family-owned operation since 1980. Call for your free estimate.
For all of the perks that come with working here, I would say that the most valuable thing WIS offers is freedom. The freedom to make the most of your role, to really go beyond the job description, the freedom to think differently and be rewarded for it, and the freedom to show up as 100% who you are.
talking to you. Don't let the summer sun melt your child's mind. Our customized learning and passion exploring programs are the perfect way to beat the dreaded summer slump. Instead of losing 2 to 3 months of learning this summer, we're helping students gain a month of learning by the fall. Our fun and engaging tutors are ready to help. Call to inquire about our programs and special promotions, including small group tutoring for only $45. We'll see you this summer.
Sussex Meatpacking in Wharton, New Jersey is a family-owned and operated business specializing in USDA prime and choice meats, pork, poultry, lamb, veal, and many other store-made specialty items. They also have a fantastic deli, a wonderful market with all the freshest fruits, veggies, and pre-made meals, and they can cater any event, including your family holiday dinners, more delicious than you can on your own. Visit them at sussexmeat.com.
It's your time to shine. This summer, we are ready to help you conquer any exam. Our expert tutors will teach you key concepts, useful strategies, and time management skills to make you feel more ready for exams. Here are the tests we can help you prepare for. Give us a call today to learn more about our test preparation programs and to set up your initial assessment. We'll give you a practice test and use your scores to help create a customized game plan.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Get back the life you love.
At Planet Networks, our high-speed fiber is designed to be fast. Up to 300 times faster than cable, and up to 500 times faster than DSL. As fast as 10,000 megabits per second up and down, if you speak nerd. We're talking cheetah, bullet train, lightning strike, hummingbird, race car kind of fast. Planet Networks. So fast, it's worth the wait. If you live in Andover, Blairstown, Byram, Frankfurt, Franklin, Frieden, Frelinghuysen, Greene, Hampton, Hardwick, Hope, Knowlton, Lafayette, Newton, Sparta, Stillwater, Sussex, and Wantage. Planet Networks is building high-speed fiber in your neighborhood. Visit getplanetfiber.com today to learn more.
Athletic Fields of America in Montville, New Jersey has become an industry leader in synthetic turf. Serving the greater New York, New Jersey, and Eastern PA regions, we have delivered hundreds of both synthetic turf and natural grass sports fields for youth and recreational levels all the way up to the highest standards and requirements of the NCAA. Our goal with every project is to provide our customers with exceptional workmanship, extraordinary service, and professional integrity while constructing a superior product that you can enjoy for years to come. Visit athleticfieldsofamerica.com.
Morris Sussex Sports has a big goal we want to ask your help in achieving. One of the most popular things we do is publish digital trading cards of athletes. We feel strongly that high school athletes are one of the most important parts of our community, and the trading cards allow us to recognize and celebrate as many athletes as possible. So, we have a lofty mission to create a trading card for every single athlete that wears a sports jersey in the Morris Sussex area. But to do that, we need more local businesses that want to help us by sponsoring these trading cards. This is a great way for a business to endear themselves to the communities they do business in. And not only would their business be featured prominently as a sponsor of a new scholar athlete every week, we also advertise them across our social media, our website, and our game broadcasts. And we get over 4 million views a week, 80% of whom are adults 35 to 65. There is no other publication or media company that has even close to that reach in this region. So if you know of a local business that loves to support the scholar athletes in their town or their surrounding area and would benefit from the exposure we would bring, please send them our way. Just call or text 973-713-5944 or email george@morrissussexsports.com. Is it time for you to replace your roof? Well, give Hadco Builders in Chester, New Jersey a call. They've built an amazing reputation over the past 30 years as one of New Jersey's top builders. Hadco will replace your roof the right way at a super fair price and usually get the job done by the time you come home from work. Call or text Tony to get a quote today at 973-818-8516 or visit them at hadcobuilders.com.
Hi, I'm Rob Gusweiler. As the branch manager of our Parsippany location for North Point Bank, I can tell you emphatically that our customers continue to sing our praises. Our community values us as much as we at North Point value our team. Our goal is to always exceed our clients' expectations. If you're just zipping through life and need a helping hand with any of your home buying decisions, please give us a call today.
Is so cold, my fish froze.
Mine's so hot, my sneakers melted.
Rooms with different temperatures? That means your HVAC system is outdated and wasting energy. At ICS, we'll install an energy-efficient system that provides a constant flow of clean, fresh air at the perfect temperature in every room. You could save money each month, and the price we quote is the price you'll pay. Get a quote today. See why we say ICS for HVAC.
I see why.
Choosing a college is a big, big, big deal. But I know I started right because CCM is in the top 2% of community colleges in the nation. And at County College of Morris, I get to choose from over 100 programs. Whether you're just out of high school,
like me,
exploring career options,
like me,
or seeking lifelong learning,
like me,
make CCM your choice, like me. Go big and visit ccm.edu and aspire to be you.
This game is brought to you by Aaron Mizzarelli of State Farm in Randolph. My licensed and experienced team members are here to serve you for all of your insurance and financial service needs in New Jersey and New York. We offer excellent customer service, and our office is conveniently located in Randolph, New Jersey. For a free auto, home, life, or business quote, visit us at aaronmizzarelli.com or call us at 973-389-9999.
Montella Inc. is a family-owned dumpster rental business located in Stanhope, New Jersey that's been around since 1984. We provide prompt quality service at a reasonable price for our New Jersey customers, whom we consider our family. We don't just take out the trash. Montella Inc. is a full-service waste management company servicing demolition sites, construction projects, factory sites, shopping centers, commercial businesses, and homeowners. Call today at 973-927-2232. Do your glory days as a high school athlete feel far behind you? Are memories of being out there competing so clear that you can feel it? But then reality sets in and your stiff back, achy knees, and painful shoulders remind you that it's been years or even decades since you could move that way. Don't worry, the team at Better with Physical Therapy's one-on-one customized care can help you feel and move better again. Their specialists will find the cause of what's slowing you down and build a plan that will help you realize that your glory days are still ahead of you. You can get better with Physical Therapy located in the Madison YMCA. Request an appointment today at betterwithpt.com.
I actually used to be deathly afraid of public speaking. I intentionally became an adjunct professor teaching tax, and I also became a Zumba instructor as a way of overcoming this fear of mine. They're both forms of leading and teaching in their own right. Bottom line though, WISP supports my passions. I truly believe that WISP wants me to be the best version of myself, and it's such an amazing feeling that I truly have the freedom to do that here.
Jen Basilino of the Kosher Real Estate Group, LLC, is a Morris County top real estate agent and New Jersey Circle of Excellence Award winner year over year that takes the time and care to understand your real estate needs and concerns. She's extremely successful in representing clients in selling and purchasing a home, new construction, townhouses, million-dollar homes, rentals, and even commercial properties. Call her today at 973-202.
Back here at Ranger Stadium, Drew University. Some subs coming in. A ball that pushes all the way over, and some other subs, as just to read them off really quickly, as just fixing the clock. We'll read them off to you once they load up. You got to think that there's probably going to be a lot of subs for the Morris Lee, and if you thought that, you are correct. So Sam Constantine comes in for Joella Chase. Have not seen Sam Constantine yet this season. You've also got Nat Gallo coming in for Sophia Cavalier. Raquel Garces is going to take a seat as well. Then you've also got Jalen C. coming in for Juliana Osterman. So you've got rid of Osterman, who's got 2 goals. Definitely could have got the 3rd one as well. As Paisley moving up ahead and forward. And also for Paisley, you've got Jennifer Campisi coming in for Emma Herco. It's funny because you look at both of these bleachers on the side, and Morris Lee, an absolute packed roster. There's 7 girls on that bench right now. There's only 3 for Paisley, so a little bit of a lack of depth. As Sam Constantine gets her first touch. We were also just notified, I'm not 100% sure if this is true, so take it with a grain of salt, that apparently the Cedar Stars and Long Island Rough Riders tied at 0-0 as an offsides. Take it with a grain of salt until we know for sure and we see it on the USL website, but we have inside sources. So that it was a 0-0 game, but we don't know for sure yet. Once we get that information, and if that's the case, Morris Lee, who are up 6-0 and bearing any type of wild collapse, should hang on to win this one. They've been very dominant. And Claire Manning looks ahead. Jalen C. gets her first touches. Manning looking to get to 17 goals on the season. Needs 2 more to get there. Bailey DeSmith, the only one in her way. Now you see Nat Gallo in the white headband. I talk about the cleats all the time. She's got green cleats. Ball crossed over and headed away. Got Arrington still in the game as well. Some of the notable ones that are still in the game. You've got Jessica Corman, Manning, Denblaker as well, Arrington, Kroger too. And then Root, you were never going to take out Root. Root's been phenomenal all season long. So we had 4 subs come out. Paisley had 1. As now, Manning was on the receipt of the pass, but getting away with it is Kennedy Cotter. As Kroger once again applying the pressure. Still waiting to see what the deal is with the Long Island Rough Riders game. it would be absolutely phenomenal if they could post the scores 3.5 hours after the game started, and about an hour and a half after the game ended. The Morris lead would come in with that 2.55 points per match. Also, if you look at the head-to-head as well, I mean, granted, the Rough Riders did beat the Morris lead 2-1, but they also lost to them 5-1. As now over Arrington. Arrington had a good opportunity there. She's also had good opportunities throughout. Arrington, one of the youngest players on this team. Ellis Spina, another one to list off. You know, you look at what the Morris lead have been able to do as Root and Kroger playing pass back and forth, and now Kroger elects to go the long range up ahead for C, and then now stepping in front of her, working over to her right. C fires one right into the waiting arms of Trinity Maloney. So they beat Manhattan 6-1, and AC Connecticut 5-0, Westchester 6-0. Then they actually tied with the Cedar Stars. So, I mean, they really poured it on, specifically on those three games. And the Cedar Star game and the Rough Riders game was 0-0 and then 2-1. But ever since that, 7-0, 3-0, 5-1, 4-1, 7-0, 3-0. I mean, they had that two-game span where you played two of the best teams in the division, 2-1 and 2-1 and 0-0. But, I mean, they drew against the Cedar Stars on May 31st and then absolutely destroyed them on June 10th. 7-0. Shows you how good this team is. They can put up goals. They can also not allow them as well. Blaker moving up and then now gets it back to Kroger as Sam Constantine gets her first touch within outside of the box. Constantine she's got a 6-goal lead as C running up, and now they're going to say offsides. It looked like Gambuddy was kind of right there with her. Going all the way over, Kroger plays it off of her forehead and then now pressing hard on Prendergast. Now a slide tackle, no whistle blows, up ahead. Kroger on the far side. Punches one over, and it was on track for Arrington, but that was actually Anakin who had the last touch. So a corner kick coming here from Anakin. Everybody gets up inside the box besides Courtney Root. An opportunity to make it 7-0. Now in the box, still inside the box. T takes a fall, still up with it. Denblaker able to get a foot on it. Moving closer and then goes back to Corman. Corman bloops one over, up ahead. Manning plays it off for Chess. Still with it. They wanted offsides, and finally they do. Manning wanted offsides a lot earlier. She knew she was offsides and then kind of just let the ball go. She could have just easily turned around, but Manning could have had goal number 16 on the season. Now a great header up ahead from Margaret Lee. Just, it still ends up in The waiting arms of the Morris Elite is now up ahead for Manning. Manning just too far off sides. It would have been saved regardless. Manning out of Georgetown's been phenomenal. Getting closer to when she will have to go back to school. Have playoffs as well. Do the Morris Elite coming up. And if you did just tune into the broadcast, the Morris Elite, who actually made the playoffs, they clinched a couple of games ago due to points per match and all the tiebreakers and everything like that. It's just they're waiting on the potential division. They can still win the division. And that is where the Cedar Stars win or tie. As now whistles will blow as Ellison Arrington will take a seat. So they're going to bring in Natalia Ramirez in for Ellison Arrington. Haven't seen her yet this year, as now Prendergast plays it off her foot. So now we've got breaking news. This one seems official. I don't know if it's for sure or not, but the Long Island Rough Riders and Cedar Stars have tied 1-1. So I refuse to believe it until I see it on the website. Everybody in the box is telling me it's true, but until I see it with my own eyes, I refuse to believe it. So right now the Morris Elite at 6-0, 11 minutes through. They've looked dominant. As now we've got the photographer from the game. So we have actual sources. The Morris Elite 6-0. If it sticks as to what it is, they will be the division champions. We just got word from a photographer who was at the game. It feels like it's a crime that he's letting us know that information. But we're 12 minutes through. So for what this means for the Morris Elite, they still have a game to play here at 57-20 through. And they are up 6-0. I don't want to say that they're division champions yet. We've seen crazy things happen as Kroger steps in front of a pass. But you got to be thinking here with this win here, if they can hold on for 33 minutes, it will end up being the Morris Elite who are at the top of the Metropolitan Division. Now a save away from Trinity Maloney. Maloney's been phenomenal so far in this game. It's just for the saves that she has when you're tasked with saving over tons of shots. As that one just misses off to the side. There's definitely a lot of confusion within everyone right now, just trying to figure out if that Rough Riders score is 100% true, with the photographers saying 1-1. Nothing's been posted on the USLW website. That we'll know for sure. But the girls, as of right now, do not know that there's a very good chance that they just won the division. Kroger gets in. Anderkin as well. Up ahead for Manning. Manning in control of it. A great move and fires a shot. Bounces over. Went off the leg of a couple of defenders. For those of you still wondering, the Cedar Stars had to win that game to have any sort of opportunity with the playoffs. The Long Island Rough Riders, I'm almost positive, will still end up being in the playoffs. For you Long Island Rough Riders fans out there. And then now up ahead inside the box working over is Campbell, and she takes a fall. She wanted a penalty of some sort. Now Anderkin working over on that far side and almost taking a fall, but ends up holding on to it down the line, able to get it away, and just ends up pushing all the way out of bounds. So under 30 left to go. As subs are coming in, it's going to be what looks to be Grace Denblaker taking a seat. Ella Spina will come in. Got a corner kick coming here for the Morris Elite. If they elect to go the short way, Claire Manning is there and just ends up running into the box. As now they go the short way over for Kroger, fires up a floater, just ends up going low, still inside the box, now headed away. Spina able to get a foot on it, and then finally sent away. Corman's got a range on it, but up ahead with it is Paisley and Lee. That ball that goes out of bounds. Anakin, the one applying the pressure there. You've seen the Morris Elite. It's been a lot of pressing from both of these teams, but Morris Elite just do it so much better. Have been great in terms of applying pressure, as now Ella Spina has got a 3-on-3 up in front of her. Spina looks to her left and then now flutters it over. Now up ahead for Manning. Manning's got C right into her right. Manning, a bunch of good moves, fires a shot, just misses right. Manning looking to become within one. Manning, if you're just joining us now, has 15 goals on the season. The leader is Bailey DeSmit. As also in the USLW world, Minnesota Aurora FC just won against Chicago City 7-0. And you might be thinking, why does that matter? It's because now that is their second undefeated regular season in a row. They haven't lost a regular season game in 2 years. Campbell working. Ends up losing it up ahead. Now here come the Elite. Up ahead trying to find Manning. Manning gets it on her right foot now with the left. Punches one over, lost away, and finally sent out of the box. Manning's getting set up for him, but just can't knock him home. As Root loses one, up ahead now Prendergast. Prendergast up ahead with Cotter up in front of her. Cotter ends up with it. Cotter up ahead, now moving quickly is Lay. Lay working with the right, now fires a shot and up ahead. Now Manning punches one all the way over and ranging up. Ramirez tracking it down, still has Manning to her right. Ramirez punches one over for Corman. Corman's got a wide open angle, fires a shot and just misses right. I mean, Trinity Maloney's been tasked with doing a lot, and she's had to dive up and all over the place, but a corner kick coming as everybody got set up. Now that's inside the box and still ending up with it. So we are currently triple checking, but per head coach Steph Savino, from the USL themselves, it is a confirmed tie, 1-1, Cedar Stars and Long Island Rough Riders. So I'm just going to say that it's confirmed. Great, we will let you know if anything changes, but the Long Island Rough Riders in a must-win game end up tying. Cedar Stars in a must-win game end up tying. Hurts both of them equally the same, only helps the Morris Elite. So now, if 7 goals get poured on by Paisley Athletic, then it'll be a long car ride home, but 6-0, and we could have potential division winners here in the Morris Elite. Now, absolute bullet from Cotter just raises right over Constantine's head. Be good to see Constantine get a couple saves to her name. Not really getting the, as you see in hockey, getting the confidence up. Just more of getting those reps and opportunities. It's just so hard when you have such a good team in front of you. Specifically, I mean, Courtney Root as the last line of defense is pretty phenomenal. The midfielders as well, yeah, they've been subbed out, but still, this is a very good Morris Elite team on all aspects of the game. Anakin looks over for Ramirez, and Ramirez tracking over, and then now goes to Manning. Vincenzo. Now over for Corman. Corman fires a shot, and what really has turned into a phenomenal set of saves for Maloney. It's outshadowed by the 6 goals that she has allowed. All the way up and over. Kroger plays it off of her head. And then now on the side, Margaret Lee back towards the box. And what's been just trying to infiltrate the box is now a fired shot. Constantine gets a hand on it, and she gets one of her first saves. A great save there from Constantine. Now ranging all the way over. C is coming up and using her speed. Fires a shot, just misses left. And a ball that flutters out of bounds. Is now pushed up ahead and a good opportunity. Still fluttered over. A great. I thought it went in. It looked like up here, but it hit the back of the fence. Just one that kind of fluttered up and over. Ramirez had it on her foot. Could have made it 7. Morris Elite have not scored 8 goals yet this year. So now Kroger steps in front of one. Looks up head towards Manning. Manning kind of didn't know it was going towards her. And then now at the midfield line, everybody passing back and forth between Paisley. Lay the one up with it. And then now Corman just steps in front of one and Constantine sends it away. Now we've got an injury down on the field in Campbell. She gets up slowly and on that right leg. The trainers are going to come out to have a look at her. Not sure what happened with Campbell, as she's going to take a little bit of a breather. So we're going to take a quick step off for everyone here at Morris Elite. We'll see in about 30 seconds or so as they tend to Campbell.
Watching your loved one play high school sports is a special time in their life you don't want to regret missing. If you're not present for these events due to drinking, misusing medication, or lost control using drugs recreationally, the team at Recovery Centers of America can help. My name is Don, and I'm a treatment advocate for RCA, and I stopped drinking 30 years ago. If I can do it, so can you. Muster up the courage and call me anytime, even in the middle of the night, at 973-722.
Back here at Morris Sussex Sports and Morris Elite TV here at Drew University. Back underway in here in this one as Campbell was just tended to en route, now fighting hard for one, and it ends up getting just pushed away as they look to be working on Campbell's right leg. At least that's what it seems like from up here. Is now ranging over Andigan with a lot of speed, fires a shot, scores right side, 7-0. Hannah Andigan, 2 goals in this one, make it 7, 72 through, and 18 minutes left to go. Morris Elite, 18 minutes away from division champs. So now the Morris Elite up 7-0. Still hasn't been confirmed via the USLW website, but whether it's officials and everything, coaches reaching out, just trying to get more information. As also, I mean, Julian Osherman did have 2 goals. You got Anakin as well, who has 2 goals. Manning with 1 in a 7-0 game. So under 17 left to go. And Kyle Lay with it now moving over. And then Prendergast runs into a lot of problems. Excuse me, that was Kennedy Cotter. Thorn with it, and Anakin ends up taking it right back. Now up ahead, Ramirez streaking over, running into the box, fires a shot, and just misses right. Would have been her first goal of the season from Natalia Ramirez. Has a huge fan club here, doesn't Natalia Ramirez? As Corman's going to take a seat. You got a bunch of family and friends with posters. Some, at least that I saw, saying, "We love you, number 9." As subs coming in now for the Morris Elite. It's going to be Megan Meager who comes in for Corman. You also had Arancha and Tunis coming in for Campbell. As Root plays it off of her foot. And I've thought from time to time as Jalen C ends up taking it away, a lot of these girls get subbed out. Courtney Root, who has played basically 90 minutes, and every game she's played, she's been that defensive backbone. If you're head coach Steph Savina, you really can't take her out. And I don't think that you would really think about taking out Claire Manning as well. I've seen Kroger come out, I've seen Anakin come out, but it seems like Manning and Root are really the two hearts of this team. As we're under 15 minutes, I'm just trying to currently find the exact playoff bracket and what it would look like. It's a huge accomplishment for the Morris Elite W team because this will be their second straight division win. As Manning looking down the far side, you've had a lot of girls on and off of the team. Headlined by Melina Rabimbis, the number 3 player in the country, went to the number 1 school in the country, UNC. Or at least the number 1 team according to the preseason rankings. Was phenomenal in her games played. Felt like every other game or so we were watching a goal scored. As Root moving far over to the side and gets it back to Kroger. So the teams at the top of the division, as it is 7-0. Just to list off some of them, you've got Tampa at 11-0. Minnesota, as I just talked about earlier, also at 11-0 as moving inside and now fires one just over the top of the net. Minnesota at 11-0. Ole Town as well, sitting at 7-0-2. They sit at the top of their division. Flint City, 9-0-3, also the top of the division. It was the Long Island Rough Riders, but now with 13 minutes potentially left to go, it could be a new face in the Morris Elite sitting at the top of the division. And you got San Francisco. They've been, for the most part, number 1 team in the power rankings. They dropped down to 3. Morris Elite, who had dropped all the way out of the power rankings, then got up to 6 after the win against the Rough Riders. And then, just for really no reason at all, were kind of sent back down to the 9 spot. As now it's officially confirmed by our club president, Vincenzo Bernardo. The league has confirmed a 1-1 game, Cedar Stars and Long Island Rough Riders. So we got about 12 minutes here. I mean, if 8 goals come, I'd be shocked, but we got division champions, potentially Morris Elite, coming here in about 12 minutes. But San Francisco is another one to look at. They were at the top. They're 10-0-1. So a lot of these teams that are at the top of their division are very, very good. That's a huge reason as to why they're at the top of the division. A good majority of them haven't even lost a game. The Morris Elite have lost a game, so that's something to look at as well. 11-0-1 for NC County. Tennessee, on the other hand, 7-2-2, a weaker ranked South Division. Indy 11, 8-1-1 as well. And then 11-1-0 for Eagle FC. So there's a lot to look at in terms of these different divisions. You've got the wild cards as well, but There's a lot to look forward to here for this Morris Elite, who coming on July 7th and 9th, after winning their division, potentially with under 11 left to go, is now Prendergast fires one high and banks off the net. Since Morris Elite got that 7th goal, brought a lot of subs back and forth. Under 10, left to go. It's now Margaret Lee. Punches one over. Kroger kind of lost her footing, and Lay ends up with it, working into the box. Root on her tight. And then Root ends up getting a foot on it and sends it away. You knew you really weren't going to get anywhere on Courtney Root. She's phenomenal. Showed off her skills right there. Now Paisley moving closer inside the box. It feels like the Elite just have shown no signs of letting up, specifically on defense. I'd be interested to see if they pull Kroger, Anakin, or Manning. I would expect that they don't take out Root. But you still have a substitution to work with in Riley Cross. Now, Prendergast was the one who lost it, and they look ahead towards Manning. Manning punches one all the way up ahead for Ramirez. Ramirez working in the offensive zone, runs up, fires one up for C, and it just gets sent away. I think that another thing that's pretty funny is that head coach Steph Savino, Scott Maloney, everyone over there on the bench, they know that they're pretty much division winners, but the girls on the field, I don't really think have any idea. Don't really want to tell them, don't really want to start celebrating too early. I mean, you still got 7 minutes left to go, but as this one set up, had Ramirez a bunch of good moves inside and not able to do anything with it, as now C plays one off the foot and ends up riding all the way towards out of bounds. Megan Meager will head all the way over for a throw-in. As you can see, the guy with the poster on that right side, I was talking about it before. That's part of Natalia Ramirez's family. They have that "We Love You" number 9 all over the poster. It's a very heavy cheer when she came in. And not only are the Morris lead as that ball is pushed away, Ramirez had an angle on it. The Morris lead are trying to do a couple things here. They're trying to not only win the division, but right now they're trying to beat their most goals in a game. It was 7 right now. They're tied for it. If they get 8, they would have the most goals that they've ever scored in a game in this season. Claire Manning as well with 15 goals. She needs 2 more to tie the league high, as now Manning right off the side into the post. Right on cue as Claire Manning was right there. Trinity Maloney just a couple steps up in front. Also, another thing to look at, I haven't checked the exact numbering of it, but the Morsley would have 54 goals for, and to my knowledge, no one else has even remotely close to that number. So a number that can continue to rise. Actually, that is not true. Minnesota with 53 goals. So Morsley does have them beat by 1. Minnesota, who scored 7 today, that last goal is what set them over the edge. As that one gets punched up now. Although what I just noticed is that they did not put in the Chicago City, Minnesota stats. So that's 7 goals. It was 53 goals for, now make it 60 on the season. Morsley with 54, so unless they score 6 minutes or 6 goals in the next 4 minutes, as some of our more Sussex sports producers said, it is possible. I'll take his word for it. 8 more to go for the Morris Elite. As the lights are starting to get bright here, it's also a good time to let you know that 2 ads actually is now Constantine might get her first opportunity to make a really hard one, as that one gets sent away. Constantine's had a couple where they've just kind of been ground balls, but it was almost point blank. The Morse Elite Super Wide Tryouts is one of the best opportunities to go against some of the top players in the region. You can try out this summer with an opportunity to qualify for nationals in Tampa, Florida, as Manning up ahead working with the right. A bunch of quick moves, fires a crosser over Ramirez's head. Now Anakin pumps one up again. Ramirez had it on her foot. Now spinning around, looks for Manning again. Manning wide open, fires a shot, pushed away, still inside the box. Now finally let free. But back on the topic of these super wide tryouts, it's one of the best opportunities to play against some of the top players in the region. You can try out and qualify for nationals in Tampa, Florida. And not only that, but you can be a part of the Morsley as well. And then at the same time, you can go down to the Snooki shop, where you can get some of the best clothing, accessories, beauty, and shoes. You can also get some of the best handpicked by the one, the only Snooki from the Jersey Shore. You can take a trip to the Snooki shop today, located at 32 Main Street in Madison. Or you could also just go to their website at SnookiShop.com. Although I find it a little counterintuitive as Constantine makes the save. You'd think for Snooki, she'd probably want to do it in Jersey Shore because that's where she kind of made her name, yet they do it in Madison. So just some thoughts to think about by Nick Carlson. It's under a minute 40 left to go, and Prendergast, the one who had it, now back towards the midfield line. Meager working on over, now one set up ahead. Antunes, the one with it, riding the line. Now pushes one right off the foot of Rude, and it looks to be a corner kick, but some of the other girls are saying goal kick. Everybody looks to be coming up, so a corner kick coming. Under a minute 15 left to go. That one's crossed up and in, now still inside the box. Now under a minute left to go before the potential Morris Elite Division champions, You had Campbell with the injury earlier, so I don't know if there's going to be extra time, maybe a minute if anything, but I mean, the countdown begins, and these girls have no idea that they are division champions. Morris Elite, 10-1-1. Only loss coming by 1 goal to the Long Island Rough Riders. Still some heavy competition ahead. Minnesota's one to look at, scoring 60 goals for. That would be an offensive heavyweight showdown. Morris Elite playing Minnesota. As that time starts to wind down, referees taking a look over at it. Once the possession switches, we will have a potential division winner on our hands. As Kroger just boots one all the way ahead down the line and sent away. Kroger plays it back. No whistle yet. As that's going to do it. Morris Elite, your division champions. 90 minutes through Paisley. They beat them 7-0. Cedar Stars and Long Island Rough Riders tie. For everyone here at Morris Sussex Sports, I've been Nick Carlson. This is the end for the girls as they head out of the regular season and into the playoffs. For everybody here, as well as for Morris Elite TV, thank you very much, and tune in and stay tuned in for the playoffs throughout the season. For me, myself, Nick Carlson, and everyone here, thank you very much for tuning in. Manning gets a little bit of a jump up ahead, fires one and a shot, scored. Osterman. But still Manning, who was able to put up a lot more at that 14-goal mark, is now Kroger moving up ahead with it. Spins around everybody, fires a shot, pushes it on the left side. Sam Kroger almost goes bar down to make. And she was second in terms of goals scored at 13, as now Manning up ahead with it. Fires a shot, scores. Claire Manning, 15 goals on the season and making a 3-0 game. Claire Manning now within reaching distance. Now Manning, the one who sets, and Foreman decides to cross it over. Anakin, the header, and in the back of the net. Anakin making another one. Lost to the Rowan Profs is Manning. Up ahead with it and punches one over. Anakin's waiting for it. A great move. A shot saved away point blank by Trinity Maloney. Anakin got a foot on it, but Manning punches another one and saved away. That might have been the prettiest looking save I think I have ever seen. You know, after this corner kick, we're going to show you a replay of it just because I liked it that much. As Anakin sets one up again, it finds the back of the net, so hold that, scratch everything. We're not going to show you the replay of the save. We're going to show you the goal. I didn't checking that this fact is right, but 7 goals in a game is the most that they've scored a game against AC Connecticut on the road. And then Cedar Stars has one pushed over. Osterman gets one up and over. And then now on the side, Margaret Lee back towards the box. And Woodsman just trying to infiltrate the box. Is now a fired shot. Constantine gets a hand on it, and she gets one of her first saves. Now ranging over Andigan with a lot of speed, fires a shot, scores right side, 7-0. Hannah Andigan